What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy, man. It's Friday, Freaky Friday, man. What we gonna talk about, man? The NBA draft was yesterday. Shoot, I tried to watch it. I showed up to the spot, had some wings and a couple beers. They turned off my music. And what you know, it was the biggest soccer match in the world. Mexico against Canada. Be like, what is going on around this camp? Hey, it is what it is, though. The wings was good. The beer was cold. It's all gravy. Mexico was up 1-0 last I remember. I'm sure they went on and closed the deal. They're pretty good at that soccer thing. And it's cool. It's cool. It's cool, man. It's Friday. The market's up. They are down. They're doing good things. But like I say, if you're investing in these good companies and you're getting them good prices, you're not even sweating it. And if you don't know what to do, get involved in these ETFs. These markets, man, they can be a lesson in diversification. They can be a lesson in patience. They can be a lesson in humility. It's all of that's there. And but you gotta stay disciplined. You gotta stay disciplined if you're gonna be involved in it. You can't panic. You can't run. I know every time I get on here, I sound like a bull, and that's probably because I am. And that's just the way I operate. I try and get it. So I'm always looking for the opportunity. It may not always be there, but I'm always looking for the opportunity. Amazon went down today. 300 points, I think, or something like that. Or it was a huge drop, whatever it was. And, that's an opportunity to get in, when it goes down like that, that's what they call a pullback or a sell-off. Or I don't know which one it was. It don't matter. You get an opportunity to get in like that. Why not? Why not? Why not? So, you got a huge pullback chance to get into an expensive spot at a cheaper rate that's going to obviously get back to where it was. I mean, shit, what they made, 100 billion, 3 quarters in a row. Ain't nothing in that to be scared of, outside of the fact, it's like, that's a big number. But, big numbers can get bigger numbers. It's the reason why them companies is worth what they worth, and why they can continue to acquire what they acquire. So stick in the game, do what you do. Talking about that diversification a little bit. What are some ways you can do that, man? You can get involved in big growth companies. Some of my favorites: Google, Amazon, Tesla, AMD. Those are growth stocks. They gonna have those big jumps, that volatility. You looking for them to make money because of the company is doing well, and the earnings per share, and the growth is gonna be there in the equity share. So that's those type of companies. You're looking for that. And it looks like, man, I mean, I know Amazon, the big dog in the top of the bunch, but it looks like Google, man. If you're looking for the value for the buck and those, it look like Google outperforming Amazon right now. And I don't know what that is on the bottom line or the end result, but Google has room for more growth at this point. So you can't be too shy about getting in there. Tesla is always volatile. That's one of them. Either you're in it or you ain't in it. But man, it's up a little bit right now. It's not up as much as it's been, but it's up right now. It's off the record high. But depending on where you want to get in, it's a little high for my blood. It's a little high for my blood right now. But it's a matter of where you want to get in, and how much money you want to spend. You know what your budget is, and you know how you value these companies. So you got to look at that. D. Hendricks, man, what's up, baby? Good to see you, man. I see you always working on your workout, getting strong, and all that type of stuff, man. That helps you stay diversified too, man. You're healthy, you're strong, you're gonna be around a long time. You're gonna get time for this money to turn around for you. They ain't got what I call forever stocks. For me, my forever stocks is them apples. I don't think Apple going nowhere. It's a communications company that's a tech company. It's innovation. I mean, they got a lot of things working for them. They got a moat. I mean, it starts off as, well, it ain't compatible with Dells or whatever, and it may not be compatible, but you can still use it with those different types of computers, and they have software. So there's room for it to grow and get bigger and stronger. And but that motor is, once you get hooked into the Apple, you can tie all your products together, and the things that you have to download and transfer are already there for you. So that's a benefit to some people, a lot of people. Ease of transactions, ease of the way you exchange information. That's important to people. And then my next forever stock, that's that Microsoft. man. Always been in it ever since I've been in the market. It's a great stock. Um, I take profits on it from time to time, and that's one right there, man. I should have never took no profits on. I remember when I was getting that stock for $20, $30, man. That stock that made us money over hand over fist, time and time again. Uh, but man, that's a good one to get into. It's expensive right now, but it's just a good stock to be in. And it's been like that for a long time. And then my other forever stock, and this is just me. I'm just giving you examples of how you can stay diversified. I ain't making no recommendations. I'm just telling you some of the things I do. Altria is another one of my favorites, man, because they turn a real good dividend. They pay it consistently. They got like a $10 swing that you can always make some money on. If you get it around $39 to $45, it's gonna get back to 50. So you can make between $5 and $10 every time you swing trade it, if you choose to swing trade it, or you can buy and hold it. You can buy at those low prices and then just wait for it to go back up there. Man, it's a lot of money in buying and holding. You'd be surprised. I've made a few dollars. I've made a few dollars in this business, buying and selling, buying low, selling high, buying low, selling high, and it's a lot of work doing it like that, and it's not always beneficial. And sometimes, just buying and holding would have been the lick, and it is. I mean, anybody been in this business for the long. And when I say the business, I don't mean the business of trading. That's a whole different beast than what I'm talking about right now. But I'm talking about investing in your wealth forever. I mean, that's different than trading. That's different than trading. And anybody been in it say, hey, that time in the market, that's not even mine. Time in the market, and everybody out there say that's the way to go. That time in the market, and it's been true and proven for 100 years that time in the market is better than time in the market, as they say. So we're gonna put that time and the money into the market, and we're gonna let it grow for us. We're gonna let it grow for us. You're more than welcome to trade. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you make $1,000 and you don't think you're gonna make that on that investment, you make $100 and you don't think you'll make it, there ain't nothing wrong with selling. Just be able to repeat and duplicate. Just know that when you repeat and duplicate, it gets a little bit tougher, a little bit harder to do these things. The next one, ETFs. I guess VOOG, is one. That's one where you can. Apple is the top holding in that one, I believe. You got some Microsoft in there. I think Tesla is one of the smaller holdings. You got a little. Now I'm going from memory, but a lot of these Vanguard funds are Apple, Microsoft, J.P. Morgan, things of that nature. So you're gonna get those big names all in one stock, and you're not gonna see the huge fluctuations. You're gonna get some growth. You're gonna get some steady growth. You're gonna get some. Sometimes it's gonna come down for you, but you're gonna get steady growth, and you're gonna get a steady dividend coming in, and that's the way to go. If you just don't know, if you're just trying to invest and you just don't know, ETFs is the way to go. There's no way around it. And then this is the last class, because, you got to keep it interesting for you. I mean, making money, yeah, that's right. If you want to make money, it's boring. But, hey, everybody can't do that. Some people need a little excitement in their life. Hell, I do too, shoot. So I got what I call flyers, and, one of them is Dirt. It's been real good to me. It's a very cheap stock, very, very cheap stock. And what I look for is I would just buy a lot of it. I want to accumulate somewhere between 300,000 and 1,000 shares. I don't know how long it's going to take me to do that, but as long as it's cheap, I can keep acquiring it. And as long as it continues to go up, it keeps making me money. So I like that. Anything that makes me money, I like. I don't necessarily have to sell them, but, if it make a little money and then, it gets erratic or I hear some bad news, yeah. If a company comes out and starts talking about bankruptcy or something like that, ain't nothing wrong with taking profit and getting out the way, But along the way of those conversations, you can make some money. You can make some money, and you can get burnt. So you got to be careful. You can't get greedy. You know what they say? I don't need. Let's see. So, curiosity killed the cat. Uh, Horses get greedy. Dogs bite you. And pigs get slaughtered. I probably messed that up. I know I messed it up because it's only three, but the key factor in that was the pigs get slaughtered. So you don't want to be too greedy. Ain't nothing wrong with taking a little profit, making a little money, but just remember the pigs get slaughtered. That's when you hold on to something too long, and you're doing things that ain't really economically sound when it comes to investing. So gotta make sure you take care of those. Another one, Ford. It's expensive for Ford right now, but relatively speaking, it's a cheap stock. You can acquire a lot of it, and even if you're just using it to make a little money, get some growth over time. Ford's a good one to get into. They're doing a good job in the EV space. They got they got that F-150 that everybody love. It might be the F-350. I don't want to. It's either the F-150, F-350, but it's a top selling truck in America and probably the world at that. So you got that Ford F-150. I keep saying 150. It don't matter. They got the top selling truck, and then they got the Mustang leading the EV direction that they're going. It's kind of it's an EV car. It don't even look like the Mustang, but it's clean. It's clean. A dude could sport it, a chick could sport it, make a little bread on it, and then. I guess I got this one in the wrong category. It's old. It's not really a flyer for me. That probably should be either my ETFs or my where will I put? Oh yeah, so it probably should be in my ETFs, my REIT or ETF category. But that I'm looking to pick it up somewhere between $60 and $65. It hangs around about $70, and it's a REIT. I mean, one of the things you got to understand about REITs, and I ain't saying that it's always going to be the trend. You got to have a good REIT for this to be the case in most cases, but they tend to have a little bit slower growth. But what they do is they're really, really cyclical. So as they go into earnings, they have to pay out a certain percentage of the profits. All right. So as it's going in, the price is going to drive up. All right, and then it's going to come back down. So after they make these payouts, then the stock price will drop again. So you know that it's going to fall in a certain range, and that's good if you're just trying to flip, rinse, and repeat. We talk about that on here all the time. If you're just talking about rinsing and repeating, man, O's a good one to get into. Altria is a good one to get into. Ford. I mean, things that are cheap that you can accumulate a lot of shares of. And they're gonna do the same thing time and time again. They're gonna go up a couple dollars, come down a couple dollars, go up a couple dollars, come down a couple dollars. And that's that fourth, and that's that diversification I'm talking about. So if you're diverse in what you're doing, days in the market like today where Amazon drops $300 and punches you in the gut, and then you have something where Apple goes up $1 or $2, and all of a sudden it makes all the difference and then some. So I mean, you got to be diversified. Sometimes the ETF is a thing to get you through, but they're all streams of income. It's the same type of income, but they're all streams of income, and they're gonna balance each other out. So we want to have that. So things we want to do, we want to acquire stocks of good quality. You will develop an affinity for your favorites. We usually invest in stocks we like, and we like them because they make us money. You see what I'm saying? Hey, you can say whatever you want to. Be like, oh, it's a great company, this or that. If the stock ain't making you no money, you're going to tend to stray away from it a little bit. All right? And if it's making you money, you're going to be like, that's my baby, that's my go-to, that's how I get down. It ain't nothing like that better half, that make you feel a little bit better about yourself or whatever. And that's what them good stocks do. When they making that money, you feel good about them. You develop an affinity for them, and that's how we roll in this game. So if you own a stock that continues to grow, you'll never be broke. You'll never be broke. You got to find a good stock. You got to buy it at a good price. And as long as it's growing, your money going to continue to grow. And that's huge, because it's like, You'll never feel broke, because you always got that money there. It's always growing, and it's just something you sitting there. It's like a trump. It's like having 8 spades and getting ready to run a Boston on somebody in spades. And I mean, it's a hell of a feeling when you get a bunch of spades, and don't let it be joker, ace, queen, jack, 10. Boy, you about to run the table and run everybody up out of there. And that's what like having a good stock is. It's like a game of spades, and you got all the spades. So make sure you get those good companies. Set a number you want to have consistently working for you. When I say that, I mean set a number that you always want it in there growing for you. You don't want to touch it. You just want it in there working for you. Set that number, all right? Consistently watch it. Make sure it's growing for you. And when you hit that number, you will learn the importance of investing in wealth. And if you haven't learned it, then that's on you. But you know what? That's just greed at that point. It's just greed at that point. If you set a number and you don't understand the importance of investing in wealth at that point, shit, you got to set a better goal, I'm guessing, because it's probably too low and you just don't appreciate it enough. Once you make these investments and you reach these goals, continue to educate yourself. Continue to educate yourself on growing wealth and keeping wealth. That's what it's all about. It ain't just growing it, it's keeping it too. A lot of people get it, make it, spend it. You don't want to be that person. You want to keep some of it. It's like, what you gonna do? Go out and buy a Testarossa Ferrari. I don't even know if I know how to drive a Testarossa Ferrari, but you know what I do know? I wouldn't spend a lot of time in it. So why go out and spend $100 million on the Testarossa Ferrari when all you need is something to get you here and there? So you got to be smart with your money. You got to be smart with your money. That's really what it is. You got to be smart with your money. Don't be greedy. Try and keep some of it instead of giving it away all the time. There ain't nothing wrong with being a little flossy, but if you're gonna be flossy, make sure you can afford it. What they say, it ain't tricking if you can afford it. So make sure you can afford it if you're out there doing it. So just real quick recap. We want to be diversified. We want to be patient. We want to be diversified. We want to be patient. If you're diversified and patient, man, the rest is gonna take care of itself. Time in the market is gonna be better than trying to time the market. Hey, it's Friday. There's probably some good investments out there. I'm gonna look for some right now. I'm a little short. I got to go to work, but I'm gonna look for some now, and we're gonna see what it do. We're gonna get it popping. Probably gonna try and pick up a little Amazon today, because if something drop like that, you got to take advantage of it. If you're looking for a pick, I gave it to you. Amazon. But don't get greedy with it. Hey. As always, man, y'all be blessed. Blessing upon blessing upon blessing. I love y'all. Peace out.